All right, you guys, good morning and welcome to Residual Plots. I should be speaking with the delegates who are going to take these notes and then figure out what they're supposed to do for the task that we're working on and be able to help the rest of your table. The first thing I'm going to need you to do is draw this table I have kind of written out. I know it's kind of ugly. And we're going to be looking at this scatter plot that I have next to it. And the first thing I want to do is I just want to put down my points from this scatter plot, and you will have points that are already on a table for you because of the task that they're working on. But for our notes, let's just see. I want you guys to realize that I'm going to write down 82 for my X, which is daily temperature, and about, I don't know, 80 for my, it's above the 75, maybe 80 for my number of visitors. Okay, so if I have 82 on my x-axis, the scale, it's counting by twos. On my y-axis, it's counting by 75s. Okay, so I have 82, and then I have 84 is, or I'm sorry, and about 80. Then for my second point, I have 84 and 225. And then I have 86 and 300 and maybe 350. So we'll put that in there twice. 86, 300, 86, 350. Then let's just do, oh, it looks like 84, 86, 87, 87 and probably 100. Okay, and I'm not going to finish this one today, but you will need to have yours figured out. I created this equation by using the point, these 2 points, 84, 225, which I put back into my point slope form, 84, 225, 84, 225, right? There's 84, 225. And then I found this slope. So from here to here was 8. And from here to here was 3 times 75, which was about 225. So when I did 225, which was my rise, over 8, which is my run, I rounded up to 16 and got my slope. And then once I had the equation, which is what your group will be getting for you, I put it into my calculator. Oops, not there. It's coming, you guys. Sorry. I put it into my calculator by just hitting the y equals button. If you hit the y equals, it'll take you here. I've typed in the equation, 225 plus 16, parenthesis, x minus 84. And then set up your, when you set up your calculator for the one you're going to use, if I went to my table, it would start off at 1, but I don't start off until like 82. So what I did was I hit second table set, and I put my start value at 80. Okay? So you go under your y equals, practice this, type in the equation, and then your group will give you an equation. You don't have to come up with that. Then you can go back and look at the table, and I think the table you need will just start at like 0 or whatever, so you won't need to do this part. But what I want to do here is put my output from the equation, 82, 84, 86, 86. Here. So if I put 82 in for my x, right, and then look at the calculator, here's 82, I get 193 back. Okay? Which is different than what I have here, right? If I put in 84, I get 225 back. And that's obvious because I have that in the equation. That's the point I used in the equation. Okay, I get 225. So look, since I used here as my slope, my line of best fit is going to be something like this. And do you see for 82 how it should have been? Like 193 right here, and that the 80 people that actually came was kind of low. Do you see how this point is kind of low right here? Okay, that's going to be important in our residual plot. So what does the calculator say for 86? 257. So the 300 is kind of high, and that makes sense because it's above, what did I say? 257. Those 2 points are above the line, right? One a lot more above the line. And 87, is this right here? That's going to be way below the line, right? Let's see. 273. Yeah, it should have been 273. So how does this work with the residual plot? We're actually going to make one more part of our table here, and we're going to take our y value that we got using the equation and subtract the y value that the point actually was on the graph. So 193, how far away is that? Or I'm sorry, 80, how far away is that? It should have been 183 using the line of best fit, but in actuality it was 80. It was lower than it should have been, right, over here? So 193 minus 80, let's do that in the calculator. 193 minus 80, 193 minus 80, 113. So 113 positive, right? And this one is 0 because 225 minus 225 is 0. And then this one, 257 minus 300, this is going to give us a negative, right? It's going to be negative 43. I'm doing this in my head. Check me if I'm wrong. Okay? And this is going to be negative 257 minus 350, 93. I just added 50 there. And 273 minus 100 is 173 positive. Okay. Now for actually, let me see if I can move this. No, it's not correct. We're going to make the residual plot now. And what the residual plot is, we're going to plot these numbers, which is how far away our actual output is from our line of best fit. Okay? And do you think this was the best line of best fit I could have drawn? Okay? So you have the way you draw a residual plot is you draw it like this. Whoops, not like that. Okay, it's kind of like a sideways T. And on my y-axis is going to be this last column that I had circled here, which was the difference in visitors, right? Negative 50, negative 100, let's say 50, 100, 150. And we're going to graph the difference. We're going to graph this last one, and then here is going to be temp still, right, on the x-axis. Okay, so let's see. If our temp is 82 degrees, how many visitors did we actually have? We had 80. How many did our line of best fit say we needed is 193, and what was the difference is 113. I'm going to graph the difference. I'm going to graph 100. and 13. Okay. When it was 84 degrees, it was perfectly at that temperature, right? There's my second dot. So the closer these dots are to the axis, the more correlated this is, right? And then at 86, we have 2, right? We have one that was 43 degrees less, that's going to be here, and we had one that was 93 degrees less, that's going to be down here. And then for 87, it was 173 degrees more. Okay, so residual plots, you're going to get how far away they were from the intended value. So let's write that down. Residual plots. Oh, I keep spelling them that. It's residual plots. Show the distance that the points are, points are from the line of best fit. Okay, so look, how far away, look at the graph right now. How far away are these points? This one's below, that's going to be negative. These are above, these are above, these are above. They're going to be positive. Okay, how far away are they from the line of best fit? And that's what we're graphing here on your residual plot, except our line of best fit answer is the x-axis here. Okay, have these down. Make in your workbook, make a table where, let's see, make a table for me, but your x value is going to be whatever your team tells you the x value is. The y value, I think, is going to be your price, right? And then your team will give you an equation that they've come up with. Okay, but you can start getting ready by making your table in your workbook with your x and y's. Just copy it down. Let's do 15 pieces of input from the table that I actually gave you in your workbook. Okay, and then if you need help with this, this is going to be the difference between what you got on your table, which would be this third column, right? And what was in the original, and what was in the original settings. Okay, so start, if you still have questions, that's fine if you have all this written down, but start making the table in your workbook over the task that we are doing right now.